Yo, we back. You read the episode title? You already know. We're talking that Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 1, Episode 2. We gotta give a little time for these folks who ain't watched it yet to get out of here because we about to do spoilers. So I'm gonna drop this theme music or intro music and we're gonna get into it. Let's go. Alright, so now that all of the spoiler people have exited the episode, hopefully they'll be back after they watch. Pretty sure they will. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start off with like a quick recap of episode 1. Well, yeah, it's gonna be quick because you could just go back and listen to my episode 1 review. Like, I don't know, a few episodes down on the podcast. But episode 1 was pretty much introductory. You know what I'm saying? Like, new cast, new time period. Like, this is what, 80s, late 80s, mid 80s, early 90s. This is taking place. I think it's 85. I remember it popping up on the screen. It might be 95, but I think it's 85. Anyway, so we in that time period somewhere in between the 80s and 90s. Cool. And you know what I'm saying? This is Kanan's story, how he got in, to his drug business or whatever. We know Kanan's gonna end up shaping James St. Patrick or Ghost. Gonna end up shaping Ghost and Tommy's whole like drug influence and organization or whatever down the line, which obviously lends directly to the what's the word I'm looking for? The events, that's it. The events that took place in Power Book 1 and 2, you know what I'm saying? Because Book 2 is the sequel to Book 1. Book 3 is the prequel to Book 1. So, yeah, we got to meet his mom, his uncles, Symphony, the bar dude, or the bartender at the club, who's also a real estate architect for the city of New York. I believe that's where they at. Dope. What else we did? What else happened in episode 1? Mainly, we got introduced to the characters, and Kanan stepped out of line after Rock was trying to cement everything with Unique, get them on good terms, and killed Buck 20. So now that's where we at. We're dealing with the aftermath of Buck 20 being murdered. You know what I'm saying? Community, Davina is not taking it well. Unique is upset that he had to lose a soldier behind Kanan being stupid because Rock didn't teach him the business. But we're about to get into all of that in episode 2 because just kicking it off right. So Rock is scared for Kanan. You know what I'm saying? She understands the ramifications of Kanan's actions and she is terrified. There's a point in the episode where some niggas is driving down the street. It looked like it's about to be a drive-by now. It definitely looked like that. I thought, oh shit, this shit about to they about to pop off quick today. Like, we getting right into it. Turned out to be some niggas just throwing newspaper. Or I don't know what, I forgot what it was he threw out. But I'm like, why does they got on all black and a hoodie and shit with this scowl on his face? Nigga, you delivering newspapers. Like, put a smile on. Stop scaring folks in the neighborhood. But that ended up being a false alarm. But it prompted Rock to like sit Kanan down to be like, look, nigga, you need to be scared, bro. Like, that's what's gonna keep us alive. You did some shit that you didn't have no business doing. Like, you took somebody's life, and now on top of that, you took the life of somebody that works directly for the competition. Like, you need to be worried about this shit. Luckily, you know what I'm saying, Rock, she got plans in motion. She working shit out. So she meet back up with Unique, and he makes it clear, like, look, man, I already called my folks off. Whatever happened to your boy, it's not going to be by me. But you know what I'm saying? Buck 20, he had family and friends and shit, and he was loved in the streets because the drug dealer for me. So the streets is gonna want a body. I'm not coming after your kid. We already made amends with that. You know what I'm saying? You gave me what you gave me. I took that. But the streets want a body. So you worry about that and stop trying to check me about it. I'm not protecting this nigga. So you gotta figure it out. And she does. We flash over to Kanan though. He is learning to be scared for himself. But at the same time, Davina gets into a altercation at school, or a fight, like, and she beat that girl down. Like, that's what's up. Davina got into a fight with one of these hoes that said that they was fucking on Buck 20 the night before he got killed or whatever. And obviously, Davina's not a dumb girl. She know Buck 20 is not like a super faithful nigga. So she wasn't even mad about the claims. It's the fact that this girl was speaking on a dead man, because she talking about, oh, the night before he got killed, he was with me and all this other shit like that. So she had to get the paws put on her. Rightfully so. So Davina laid that ass out. And then she got pulled into the principal office, suspended and all this shit. Kanan was there. He expressed his condolences and all that shit. Obviously, in the back of his head, he's like, damn, I didn't mean to hurt the only girl in this fucking city that I'm crushing on, you know what I'm saying, by doing stupid street shit, killing her boyfriend. So he trying to be as supportive as possible without letting on to the fact that he had something to do with it. We'll see how that plays out, because Davina's made it clear, like, she's been hearing things in the street, and even though she ain't came out and directly said, I think you killed this nigga and you fucked up for that, like, she definitely letting him know, like, people talking, and she just leaving it at that, which is cool, because she seems to be a pretty smart girl, and apparently she's really dealing with the loss of Buck 20 pretty hard, and not adding any extra drama about beefing with Kaden over this shit. Like, to me, that's smart, especially for somebody her age. She dealing with her shit or whatever, trying to work through the trauma and the pain and all this other stuff. As well as we find out her home life is not together. Single mom of 2. She's struggling with work and stuff like that. So Davina got a lot on her plate over there at the crib. And just like most black kids have to be when they realize their home life situation, she's trying to be strong. That's just the reality for us. Shit's fucked up at the house and you realize it, you kind of got to put on a brave face in front of folks that ain't at the crib and kind of just deal. But Marvin, who is Kanan's uncle, Jukebox's father, I found that out in this episode. I ain't even put the 2 and 2 together, which is crazy because she was sitting at the table with all of them at the diner in episode 1. Family, discussing that, all that. I ain't put none of that together, but Marvin, he's preparing for a party, right? So he rolls up to the club, the same club where the white lady was talking shit, and Raquel had that Pomeranian microwave cooked for talking shit. But nah, he pulls up at the that same bar or whatever, and he kind of pushes up on Symphony, like trying to break him down, see, test his character, his manhood, and his intentions with his sister Rock. That stupid ass, like, oh, I'm saying that's my sister, that big brother bullshit or whatever. I personally never understood. I mean, I understand it, but I was like, this shit's stupid. He either gonna break her heart or she not, or he not, and she either gonna stand up for herself or she not. And then when she wants your opinion or your help with this nigga, she will call you. You don't gotta step to me trying to be on some big brother shit, because I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You a man just like I'm a man. I'll fight your ass and then go to your sister's house and we're gonna do what we do over there. That's just how I feel about it. But he did that. Symphony wasn't having it. He was like, look, nigga, same thing I said pretty much. I'm dealing with your sister, not you. I ain't gotta answer no questions of yours. We ain't gotta have no dialogue. I respect you as her brother and somebody my boss does business with. Outside of that, we don't really need to be speaking if it's not gonna be on some cordial shit. I respect it, because Don't let nobody bully you behind their fucking sister. Like, she could be single and hurt and crying and be mad at your stupid ass for running off her boyfriend. How about that? Just my opinion. But slide over to the next scene. We catch up with Detective Howard, who was played by Omar Epps, and he basically meets up with Unique, Joey Badass's character, and they have a quick exchange. He basically tell him like, "Look, man, can't no more bodies drop over here out in these streets. You need to keep your boys in line. You know what I'm saying? Make sure no more heat over here, X, Y, and Z." And basically tells him like, you know what I'm saying, if you do that for me, you make sure I don't have to deal with no more disgruntled parents and deal with no brewing gang and drug dealer war or whatever. Then I'm gonna make sure that you be the clear sole kingpin in this shit over Rock. Because they kind of explain Omar Epps' character, Malcolm Howard. They kind of explain his legal strong arm, I guess, or his street strong arm in the first episode, but we didn't really get to see it until now. So drug dealers respect him, the kingpins respect him. He allowed to walk up on anybody pretty much and speak his piece or whatever, and just ain't nobody trying to comfort him or whatever. So looks like Unique and Detective Howard will be working together to try to take Rock out, at least business-wise. More on that as the season continues. Pretty sure we'll probably get to see more of that. Maybe like episode 3, episode 4. The fact that they ain't really go into it too deep, like what he was meaning by that, or they ain't try to like concoct no little plans or whatever, leads me to believe that somewhere in between episode 3 and 6, they'll really start to push on that. So that's going to be interesting because we already see Kanan down for whatever when it comes to his mama, and he don't understand Detective Howard's power in the street, and he don't even know who the fuck Unique is. So I'm pretty sure once they start coming, he gonna turn up too, and that's gonna be interesting. I'm telling you, this shit good. I'm excited. So Jukebox and her girlfriend, Nicole, they share a cool moment or whatever. They at the store. Nicole says something a little insensitive. But Jukebox took it the wrong way, obviously, because kids, because they're in high school? Yeah, they're in high school, dealing with emotions and loves and crushes and all this shit. So, of course, Jukebox is reacting like out of pocket because she don't know how to deal with her feelings. But they eventually, squash all that because Nicole is very, very clear and intent about, hey, I like you, you know what I'm saying? Don't mean to say nothing offensive. I'm trying to get on your good side, pretty much. I'm trying to show you how much I like you. Not trying to be intentionally rude or disrespectful or anything like that. So just please don't take it that way. Jukebox, she get out of her own way, and they share, a little kiss, an intimate moment. After Jukebox reveals, yeah, I like you too. You know what I'm saying? Lips touch. Moving past that, Rock and Kanan have another conversation, and Rock pretty much assigns him to the stash house while she's like trying her best to make up for the corners that she lost. Remember in episode 1, Lulu told her that there was a bodega that was looking for extra income, you know what I'm saying? Basically saying, I know a spot, they want somebody in the back room or whatever that's going to get them some money. They're willing to do the illegal shit so they can benefit off of it. That's where we at. So she goes and meets with them people, strikes up a great deal. She didn't let that man bully her into paying more than she wanted to pay. And they got a good amount going. So Rock is in the process of planning her business out, getting that shit back together. And she also speaking to Lulu about making sure Kanan stays safe in the streets, because obviously the man is hot and she don't want his son dead. Kanan eventually finds out, though, why he was assigned to the stash house. The legit that was supposed to be, there with him or whatever, just open his big ass dumb ass mouth just because he's upset about being a babysitter. He tell him like, your mom put you over here so I could watch you because you done did some dumb shit in the street. This nigga don't know how to follow orders. I'm pretty sure Rock gonna handle him at some point, but Kanan wasn't having that. So he presses Rock about it like, damn, why you did that to me, mom? Like, I want to be on the corner, you know what I'm saying, trying to help with the business or whatever. And she explains to him, I did that 2 reasons. 1, you hot out here. I don't want you getting killed. I'm trying to figure out something. 2, I need to know if you're going to follow instructions. That's the first thing and the most important thing when it comes to this business. Can you follow the instructions of the person giving the instructions? And Kanan understands. He like, damn, that shit kind of makes sense or whatever. But at the same time, Rock understands, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my son. He love me. He just want to help me or whatever. So I'm going to apologize to him or whatever. Let him know it's no hard feelings. And then turns around and tells him, going out on a date, have D-Wiz come over, y'all watch what it was, Paid in Full, one of these classic black movies or whatever. That I'm like, yeah, references, I fuck with that. Kanan's a little confused about why it's him specifically. He could see it on his face, but he agrees. That's one of his best friends or whatever. He ain't tripping. She presented him with the movie, and I think some popcorn, some little piece of money. So he good. But this got my wheels turning right because earlier in the episode, Rock was having a conversation with Kanan. It's like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you and D-Wiz the one that did the shooting, right? Like, yeah. He just got out of jail, right? Oh, yeah. So he probably the one that got y'all the guns because I know you don't know nobody, right? And Kanan basically, he said yes without saying yes because he didn't say no. He just made that stupid ass look on his face when your parents catch you in some shit that you ain't supposed to be in. So from that point, I already know, like, oh, this is just me. I'm like, oh, yeah, she about to set something up as far as D-Wiz is concerned because technically it wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't for that boy. So it's what it is, right? But after Rock leaves the crib, you know what I'm saying, go on her date or whatever, and Kane is like just chilling at the house, getting ready, prepared for D-Wiz to come through and watch the movie with him. D-Wiz is on camera walking down the street, and Lulu pulls up, tell him, you know what I'm saying, hop in, taking you down to this party or whatever, the same party that Rock's other brothers, or Marvin's party down at the club, take you down here, whatever, it's gonna be lit. Kanan's gonna be there, so don't even worry about it. We all finna have a good time. You're already over there. Lulu, D-Wiz, unsuspecting, hops in the car with Lulu. They drive off. Plan is starting to come together. We slide back over to Rock. She's at her on her second date with Symphony. This time it's at Symphony's house. My boy in the kitchen, chefing it up for Rock, showing her, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, a little chicken marsala. I don't know what they cook. I don't know what he cooked, but you know what type it is. You at the crib, let me make something for you. You know what I'm saying? Let's let a little wine going. They're having a dope conversation about the New York skyline and architecture and all this other stuff. He explains to Rock how skyscrapers were turned into projects and they originally weren't meant to be like that. But of course, white greed and racism made it so. And I just thought that conversation was dope because it didn't make sense. But y'all watched the episode or y'all seen the conversation, so we didn't got to get into that. I just thought it was dope. Stuff, little small shit like that intrigues me. But Rock and Symphony's date ends up turning to a sex scene, which also double as a come to Jesus moment, I guess. For Jukebox, she does this beautiful rendition of Whitney Houston's "You Give Good Love." Wow. Rock is getting good love from Symphony. And while she is simultaneously at her crib in the bathroom thinking about the fact that she just kissed her girl Nicole or whatever, and she actually likes this girl. I thought that was a dope scene, mostly because Whitney Houston. And Jukebox sang the fuck out of that. You know what I'm saying? They've been talking about her in choir practice all this time. The girl went in the bathroom and showed us she really be singing. You know what I'm saying? Good, and she did good. I was fucking with it. But this scene ends pretty much at the club with, well, the scene in the episode really pretty much ends at the club with Lulu and Marvin. Marvin gets into a fight outside the club, sticking up for his white lady, the same white lady that Rock had the dog cooked up in the microwave. He really liked her, so he stood up for her. Got into a fight. Cop showed up. Blah blah blah. Other side of that, Lulu he set something up with for D Wiz, so he can get him some, get him a little box, from one of the little tenderonis. I guess tenderoni would be fitting for the time, right? It's 1985. Get a little box from one of the tenderonis in the bathroom. So, he got to bust a nut one last time before Lulu take him out to the side of the building and kill him. And boom, now we understand. Unique told Rock the streets want a body, so you need to figure that out. Rock put two and two together. Okay, D Wiz was the one that supplied the guns for them to go out and kill Buck 20, so he got to wear this on his head because my son ain't about to do it. And on top of that, you already got a lengthy record. I already know how she was thinking. This nigga's fresh out of jail. Like, he'll fuck up in the hood. He probably gonna stay here most for the rest of his life. Might as well make him the sacrificial lamb to clean up the mess that him and my son made. And that's what we pretty much wrapped the episode. We got another dead body. This time it's D Wiz, somebody from Kanan's crew. And just that alone made me feel like Kanan either about to go out and do something stupid again, or there's going to be some kind of game where it's going to make things worse. You got another body in the streets, another dead young black man who is a child. These kids are in college, or not college. These kids are in high school. Detective Howard, Omar Epps' character, he told Unique, no more bodies. Look what we got, another body. Predictions for the next episode, I guess. Unique is not going to own up to that body. Of course, why would he? Because he didn't do it. He going to point Malcolm in the direction of, Malcolm is Detective Howard, by the way. He going to point him in the direction of Rock. And they're planning to take Rock down so Unique could be the sole kingpin in that area. And Detective Howard can have just worry about him and controlling Unique. This is about to start it all because another body dropped, and it's a young kid in this detective's precinct. So we about to see where it's going to turn up. But yeah, that's my predictions for the next episode. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that's where they're going to take it. We're going to figure out what's going on with Rock and Symphony. We're going to get more into them. Rock's business is going to continue to expand more. We're going to see her try to expand it more, but she's going to have Detective Howard on her head because D Wiz, and that's Kanan's friend, and he already know Kanan and them boys is hot for what they did to Buck 20. Like, we're going to see more of Detective Howard pressing Rock. That's my prediction for episode 3. But I keep hitting the mic. That pretty much wrap everything up, man. Like, I'm enjoying it. It's 2 episodes in, so I'm speaking a little prematurely, but I am enjoying it so far. I like episode 1. We got to meet an entirely new cast. Not entirely, because we know Kanan, but I'm saying we got introduced to a brand new storyline. I think that's dope because coming up off of Power Book 2, and I believe season 2 of Book 2 is getting ready to drop. I think it's going to drop after season 1 of Raising Kanan ends. That's like a continuation of the original book. We sequel. We seeing what happened. This is the prequel. We're going to see how all this shit happened. If you recall, because I keep this in the back of my brain every time I watch, when they teased the Power Book 3, when they teased the entire series, it was done with a back in the day frame shot, 1985-ish, 1990-ish, of Ghost, Tommy, and Angela as kids at the schoolhouse, you know what I'm saying, interacting or whatever. That's where they chose to tease Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. Now we here, and we literally at the beginning watching Kanan getting into the drug business and understanding his family and how everything is going to come to pass. So at this point, I'm assuming the teaser that we got at the end of Power Book 1, that's, prepped us for Raising Kanan, that's going to be like somewhere towards the end of the entire series, because we about to go from Kanan as a child, in my opinion, that's what it looked like. About to go from Kanan as a high school or whatever. Boom. High school done. He's in the street. Boom. He sees some other kids coming up after he takes power. Now he's trying to show them the ropes. That's my opinion. That's what I think gonna happen with the entire season. But we don't even really need to speculate. The next episode gonna be dropping pretty soon at time of recording. I think it's gonna be like 2 or 3 days from now. Either way, I'm gonna be back to review that episode as well. I give this episode, this is good. This is a good episode. I fuck with it. Like, I really liked it. I stayed in tune from start to finish. The story is progressing at a nice pace. When episode 2, a lot has happened. A lot of questions, a lot of intrigue. I'm ready to see what happens next. But that's it, man. Y'all get in the comments wherever I post this at. Let me know how y'all feel. Let's have some dialogue. Let's talk about it. Do you like where things are going based on these 2 episodes? How y'all feel about it? Let's talk. Out. Catch you on the next one.